The 18-year-old son of NBA superstar LeBron James suffering cardiac arrest. It happened during a workout at the University of Southern California, where Bronny James plays basketball. The terrifying incident was quickly followed by wild speculation and conspiracy theories. Elon Musk today suggesting the COVID vaccine caused Bronny's cardiac arrest, tweeting, "We cannot ascribe everything to the vaccine, but by the same token, we cannot ascribe nothing. Myocarditis is a known side effect. The only question is whether it is rare or common." Well, we do know answers to some of those questions, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. We also do not know if James suffered from myocarditis. I do want to go first to Natasha Chen. She is at the USC campus in Los Angeles tonight. And Natasha, what can you tell us about how Bronny is doing tonight?
Well, Aaron, his family is not releasing much in terms of details, but did confirm this happened at the Galen Center right behind me where the USC basketball team practices. It happened Monday morning. He is out of the ICU now and in stable condition. The family also said that the medical staff here were able to treat him and take him to a hospital. Their statement reads in part, "LeBron and Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes." Now, the James family was seen in public just about 2 weeks ago at the ESPY Awards, where LeBron James was accepting an award, standing on stage with his wife and children, whom he called his greatest blessing, particularly saying how proud he is of his two sons and their own basketball journey. Bronny James, 18 years old, just committed to USC this spring. The team had announced that they were going on a European tour starting August 5th. That's likely what they were practicing for. Bronny James ranked number 20 in ESPN's class of 2023. His father telling The Athletic last year that his goal is to stay in the NBA so he can play alongside his son. And now, of course, all of that may be affected by what happened yesterday, Aaron.
All right, Natasha, thank you very much for that update. And I want to bring in Dr. Matthew Martinez now. He's the director of Atlantic Health System Sports Cardiology at Morristown Medical Center. He's also a consulting cardiologist with the NBA Players Association, the NFL, the NHL, and Major League Soccer. So, Dr. Martinez, you know more about a terrifying situation like this than almost anyone, and sadly, often a very deadly situation. Bronny James is extremely young, 18 years old, going into cardiac arrest. It's his first season of basketball at USC. Can you explain how something like this happens to somebody so young?
Sure. It's a rare event. So exercise is medicine. It is safe to participate in sports. We think in this age group, under the age of 35, it occurs somewhere between 1 in 50,000 and 1 in 100,000 individuals. As you say, it's usually in a young, otherwise healthy athlete. And we know that some athletes are at higher risk than others. Men, more so than women. African-American men are the highest risk. In fact, African-American basketball players are at the highest risk. So if you're playing basketball, football, or soccer, those are the highest risk sports. Men more than women, and African-American men seem to lead that risk. But these are rare events, no question.
And so, in this context, Elon Musk comes out today weighing in on the COVID vaccine, saying that it could have been responsible for what happened to Bronny. He tweets, "We cannot ascribe everything to the vaccine, but by the same token, we cannot ascribe nothing. Myocarditis is a known side effect. The only question is whether it's rare or common." Now, obviously, there are a lot of studies that have been done on this, but it does touch on fears that a lot of people have. Doctor, what's your response to what Musk is saying?
My response is that myocarditis is definitely a cause of sudden death in young athletes, but not a common cause. And if you look at the data, which we published last year on NCAA athletes as well as professional athletes, COVID causes myocarditis under 1% of the time. So myocarditis occurred before COVID. Myocarditis will occur after COVID, but it is one of the causes, but not a common cause. And the vaccine, this based on data from Yale, causes myocarditis or inflammation of the heart muscle somewhere around 30 out of every 100,000 vaccines. And COVID, the virus, the illness, causes it twice as much, about 60 per 100,000. So it's still safer to have the vaccine than it is to have COVID itself. And all of that happens usually in the first 21 days based on what the data is. So if we had the vaccine 6 months ago, it shouldn't be involved.
Right, which I think is important that you point out, and also those statistics that yes, it can cause it, but the virus itself causes it more often than the vaccine from the studies thus far. Bronny James is the second USC basketball player in the past year to suffer cardiac arrest. And of course, we all know about Damar Hamlin from the Buffalo Bills, collapsed at that football game. He was 24 years old. His heart just stopped. Obviously, he's recovering. In the case of Hamlin, there was wild speculation, again, about the role of the COVID vaccine. It was unfounded, doctor, but it was very prevalent. We all heard it. Do you have any hesitation at this point about recommending the COVID vaccine to young men?
So we are currently recommending it. I don't have any reservations. The data now, in my mind, is quite strong with regards to the safety of this and the potential benefit related to the vaccine. So I think USC should be commended for their emergency action plan and their utility of CPR and AEDs. That's really the message behind it, that you can't predict it. But when it happens, you better be ready.
And I want to ask you about one other thing, because obviously, as I mentioned, you work with the Players Association, NBA, NHL, NFL, Major League Soccer. In this context, LeBron James himself has been extremely vocal about wanting to play in the NBA with Bronny. Here's what he said.
I need to be on the floor with my boy. I got to be on the floor with Bronny.
Obviously, you're not treating him, so you're not able to give a definitive answer. But do you think that could still be possible given what has happened?
Possible for sure. So the diagnosis matters, and we can develop a plan, and then we can talk about prognosis. We are actually publishing data on this, that in those with genetic heart disease, depending on what he ends up having, a plan can be delivered. Yes, if we see as an expert, we come up with an exercise plan, and we develop that plan for safety, include all the stakeholders. Absolutely, this is an opportunity for Bronny to still play, but we have to decide what's wrong and come up with a therapy before we can tell you if that's safe or not.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Martinez. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.